starts now.
Hurricane Matthew, the millions impacted, its path, the evacuations, and the way Tennessee is reaching out today.
Plus, state test scores and teacher evaluations, the questions that continue for Knox County School Board members, and what's next to get some resolution.
Good morning, and thanks so much for joining us. We're glad you're here. I'm Abby Ham.
And I'm Russell Biven. Nice to have you back.
Oh, thanks. I'm glad to be back. It's always good to see your face in the morning.
Well, thank you. Let's bring in meteorologist Matt Sanderson now to talk about our forecast here and maybe hit on Hurricane Matthew just a little bit. I know you will later in the show, but how are we looking?
You know, right now in East Tennessee is still looking fine. Still continued dry, continued sunny. We're going to look at quiet conditions around East Tennessee. Now, it does not go without saying that other areas are not seeing the same conditions. I'm sure you think of the Sunshine State, you think of sunshine and a few pop-up showers. Hey, they are seeing a lot more than that, and they're going to see a lot more than that today with the landfall, or kind of the landfall of Hurricane Matthew. Now, coming up later in the show, or actually just in a few minutes, we're going to talk more about that. But locally, we're just fine. Skywatch radar is picking up on clear skies. Overall, current conditions anywhere from low 50s to mid 50s to get you ready and first thing out the door. Temperature-wise today, warming up quickly, low to mid 70s by noon, low 80s and upper 70s this afternoon, with a fantastic day on hand for your Thursday. Another great day Friday. Let's get some rainfall squeaks in tomorrow, though. We talk about that chance coming up here in just a few. Abby and Russell.
All right, Matt, thanks.
Breaking news this morning, a teenager is recovering after he was shot while inside a home late last night. Knoxville police say a 16-year-old was in a bedroom on Martin Luther King Jr. Road when someone outside shot at the home several times.
The teen was hit but is expected to make a full recovery. Police say they are searching for a motive and the shooter.
Turning now to our continuing coverage of Hurricane Matthew, millions of people being urged to move inland across 4 states on the East Coast.
NBC's Sarah Rosario reports from Daytona Beach, Florida.
Along the southeast coast, it's time to pack up and get out.
The smartest thing to do is board her up and then pray.
12 million people could be in the path of Hurricane Matthew. In Florida, this could be the biggest evacuation in state history. Governor Rick Scott issued a dire warning.
This can kill you, and we cannot save you.
People along the coast filling up their tanks, but some drivers say fuel is hard to find. A state of emergency declared in Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas. In South Carolina, both lanes of freeway traffic are being diverted away from vulnerable areas.
My plan is to head to Columbia and stay with a coworker and wait out the storm and hopefully come back and be glad that I left.
Millions of people are now racing to get out of the storm's path while Matthew moves closer and closer to the coast. Sarah Rosario, NBC News.
Well, KUB is sending crews to Jacksonville, Florida ahead of this storm.
That includes 30 people and 30 trucks to help with power outages. KUB manager says it's normal for utilities to send help in these kinds of cases. He says it's reciprocal that if something like that happens here, other crews would come to help.
25 Tennessee Red Cross volunteers are heading to Florida ahead of the storm. They're taking 8 emergency response vehicles. The Red Cross has more than 500 disaster workers and 90 response vehicles on standby in Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas. The organization asked for blood donations because there may be a higher need and because dozens of blood drives were canceled in the states affected. You can also make a $10 donation by texting the word Red Cross to 90999.
And Home Depot is also preparing to send volunteers. The store on Clinton Highway posted a sign-up sheet yesterday. The store manager says the volunteers would help run stores while their local employees prepare for the storm. And you can stay connected with what's happening on the coast and its impact on East Tennessee by using the WBIR weather app. You can check out the hour-by-hour forecast, send us pictures of the weather in your area. You can download it for free in your app store.
Turning to more of your top stories of the morning, no decision yet on a possible change to the way teachers and students are evaluated in the school system. The school board has been considering keeping state test scores from applying to student grades and teacher evaluations. They decided last night to get input from the Teacher Advisory Committee before taking a vote. The committee meets later this month, and the school board will take the resolution up again in November. The resolution was first brought up because of issues with the TN Ready tests earlier this year. Tennessee history is not trivia. That's the message some Republican leaders in the state have for the Board of Education. In a letter, they say they are concerned with the new proposed changes to K-12 social studies standards. The lawmakers say too much Tennessee history was removed. Earlier this week, Governor Bill Haslam also said he was concerned. If you would like to weigh in on the changes, we have a link at WBIR.com.
Interviews could start next month on campus for the next University of Tennessee chancellor. The search committee hopes to bring possible replacements to Knoxville as soon as late October. Chancellor Jimmy Cheek announced this summer that he will step down once the position is filled. The committee is in the process of selecting candidates for preliminary interviews now. Tennessee's athletic department has more than $12 million in surplus money. That's what they reported at the end of the fiscal year. School officials say they had a record year in fundraising with more than $30 million in cash donations. It was a different story the year Butch Jones was hired, that's for sure. And the Vols are getting ready to make that 900-mile trip to College Station to face Texas A&M. WBIR 10 Sports Director Patrick Murray will make the trip to bring us live coverage of the game. It all starts Friday right here on WBIR. And we won't be the only ones there. UT's ticket office says it's sold out of all 6,000 tickets allotted for those away games. Those tickets. And ESPN's Game Day, by the way, Abby, it'll be there. The third time Game Day has covered the Vols this season. This is the first time since 2005 the Vols have played a top 10 matchup. Kickoff set for 3:30 Saturday. And if Tennessee were to beat Texas A&M,
Per se.
maybe, who knows, with Alabama coming to downtown, does Game Day just move into East Tennessee?
They might as well. I have an extra bedroom. They can come on over. The time is 5:07. Still to come here on 10 News Today. Mall of America's stance on Thanksgiving shopping that's getting headlines.
Plus, Matt tracking fall-like temperatures and the best time to feel some cooler air over the next week.